rédíò Ìbàdàn ìkànnì ayé ń gbọ́.
Òun ṣẹlẹ́lẹ́ ó milẹ̀ tìtì.
Success rédíò Ìbàdàn ìkànnì ayé ń gbọ́.
Òun ṣẹlẹ́lẹ́ ó milẹ̀ tìtì.
Success rédíò Ìbàdàn ìkànnì ayé ń gbọ́.
Òun ṣẹlẹ́lẹ́ ó milẹ̀ tìtì.
Success rédíò Ìbàdàn ìkànnì ayé ń gbọ́.
Òun ṣẹlẹ́lẹ́ ó milẹ̀ tìtì.
Success rédíò Ìbàdàn ìkànnì ayé ń gbọ́.
Òun.
All right, thank you so much for being there. We are happy to meet you again this morning on Success Radio in the city of Ibadan. The moment you begin to hear that sound, you know the program that comes online, that comes live unto you from wherever you are listening to us. Eco Pointer is the program. As you know, Success Radio is the platform. Kolawole Kayode is the anchor. On this program, we don't have any other business than to discuss economic affairs, business issues, and financial issues. And you know that when it comes to business, when it comes to money, when it comes to economic activities, tell me the person that is not concerned. All of us, we are concerned. All right, this morning, two major issues are here for discussion on Eco Pointer. And for you to be part of this program, you can connect us live. You can call in into the studio. Our studio line is 090-442-51967. I call that number again, 090-442-51967. And the second studio line is 090-501-96520. That one, of course, I call it again, 090-501-96520. Those two numbers, call them, they will land here and be able to discuss on the program here in Success Radio Ibadan. The number one issue that we're going to discuss this morning has to do with the issue of minimum wage. How do we mean? What is minimum wage? You must have been hearing it on air, on radio, on TV, in newspapers, reading it, and people discussing minimum wage. Minimum wage. That is the least wage or least salary to be paid to workers in Nigeria. And the other issue we are going to discuss this morning has to do with the price increase of goods and services. Why are we having those increase in prices? Why are those things happening? Why are they not corrected and controlled? At what point will all these things stop? What is going to stop them? Is this how it's going to continue? Price jumping up all the time, every week, every month, like that? Where are we heading to? Alright, I told you these are the two major issues we are discussing this morning. And now talking about the first one, which is the issue of the minimum wage. Minimum wage is meant to be the wage or salary that is the least to be paid to workers in Nigeria. And those who have been agitating and asking for this minimum wage, it cannot be private employees. It cannot be people who are working with the private sector. In the history of minimum wage, it has always been people who work with the government that demand for minimum wage. And whatever they discuss, the government will now want to find a way to bring in the private sector into the minimum wage issue. As we know it already, so many people working in the private sector, their own salary is not based on minimum wage in Nigeria. There are a lot of people in this country today. Today is the 1st of February 2024. A lot of people in this country today, they are earning less than minimum wage. Some are earning roughly around the minimum wage, and a lot of people are, of course, in the government sector is minimum wage, but there are also few Nigerians who work in the private sector who are earning far above the minimum wage. For example, I would say, what's the business of a footballer with minimum wage? We can't use Nigerian minimum wage to pay a footballer. They earn far above whatever is called minimum wage. And as we speak now in this country, the current minimum wage by law is 30,000 naira. Some states like Lagos, they decided to pay a little above 30,000 naira minimum wage. But somehow, according to the federal government, what has happened in recent time, the government had approved what they call wage award. That's new, terminology in the Nigerian political system and Nigerian employment market. Wage award. We're hearing that for the first time in Nigerian economic life, that there is something called wage award. The federal government awarded extra 35,000 for workers who are earning 30,000 minimum wage. And in accordance with what the federal government did, some states in the federation had also done likewise. They too gave a kind of wage award to their workers. One of them is Oyo State. Now going forward about this, which means the federal government awarded 35,000 wage award. Oyo State awarded 25,000 wage award to the workers. And what's the interpretation of this? The meaning is that the new minimum wage so far, the new minimum wage, though they didn't say that, but no, that's the reality. The meaning is that the least money that workers of federal government will take home is 65,000 naira. And like in Oyo State, the least money that a worker in Oyo State civil service will take home will be 55,000 naira. And now the workers are agitating for a new minimum wage, that those ones, I'm not talking of all workers in Nigeria, the government workers, federal, state and local government workers, they are agitating for a new minimum wage. And how much are they asking for? The workers, through their leader, the NLC, the TUC, have said the last proposal they had of about 150,000 naira is not tenable. It's not applicable at the moment, considering the economic situation, the price increase in goods and services. That one will not be tenable at the moment. They are trying to tell us now that if at all there will be anything minimum wage, it cannot be less than 200,000 for one worker. Now the question around this morning, if the government has to give 200,000 naira to a worker, what is going to happen in the rest of the society? I am not here to defend government. I am not here to speak for the workers. I am here to discuss economic, business and financial issues, speaking through to the fact. The argument of the workers is that prices of goods and services have gone up. And as we speak, the federal government has set up a committee that will look into the minimum wage issues, and the committee has 6 governors involved in it. 1 governor from each geopolitical zone in Nigeria. Of course, the Minister of Finance will be there. The Minister of Labor will be there. But this is the side that we're looking at it. It really appears that one of the easiest things to do in government is to award contracts, is to throw money at issues. If we say there is security problem somewhere, the government will say they have given 10 million to the police. If we say there is a problem somewhere, the government will say they have given 1 billion naira to those who are concerned. If they say there are these challenges somewhere, there is a road accident or something, federal government will say, or government generally will say, they've given 100 million naira to the road safety corps. So the government of Nigeria seems to be very good at throwing money at problem. And this is one of the reasons why the corruption in this country has been so much. The government need to come up and ensure that things are just and ensure that things are done. Now the agitation of labor of workers, especially the government workers in Nigeria, if the government throws money at that problem, how will that destabilize? Because that is the guarantee there. The money thrown at them will destabilize the general economy, will change the situation of prices, supply, and all of that. For example, in few months ago, when government of the federation and some state governments in Nigeria gave wage award to their workers, can you see the aftermath effect? There was increase in prices of goods and services, and at the end of the day, the extra 35,000 naira given to federal government workers and the extra 25,000 given to some state government workers, all those extra money, as we speak now, they are not counting. Yes, because before, when the workers had 30,000 naira minimum wage, what they can buy and what they can buy now that they have 65,000 naira minimum wage is in then when they have 30,000, they could buy more items. With 65,000, I'm not sure they can buy up to what they bought when they had 30,000 naira. And the issue we're emphasizing now at this point is that money is not actually what we need. Yes, some other things could be of help to the economy. Some other things could be of help to this country. All right, thank you so much. Olateju on Facebook saying keep moving higher. Amen. We say it. For example, the current situation where we find ourselves now, if the price of dollar comes down, as we speak, dollar is above 1,400 naira. Hey. If the exchange rate is in favor of naira, prices will come down and salary increase may not be needed. And how will exchange rate come down? If the government ensure that medical tourism is reduced and our own hospitals are equipped and given increased capacity to attend to all those kind of ailments and diseases that are taken abroad. That is part of why we save the dollar, and exchange rate will be in favor of naira. If government ensure that the taste for foreign goods can come down, if it can begin to encourage the made in Nigerian vehicles, yes, if vehicles that are made here are patronized and the importation is reduced, it will save the naira. Is the government, don't government know this? Is it that Minister of Finance, Minister of Economic Planning don't know this? But they should walk around it. They know it. A lot of items that are being imported here into this country, if we can find a way to produce them here, yes, we can find a way to produce them here, the money that will be paid to workers as wage award or wage increase or new minimum wage, if that money could be spent to encourage entrepreneur, given as loan to people that will set up companies that produce nylon, yes, company that produce cloth, yes, company that produce electronic materials, yes, These are the things that Nigeria imports every day and is putting pressure on our exchange rate. So we are saying that the government, instead of just throwing money at workers, because the moment government throw money at the workers, I can guarantee or almost guarantee with probability of more than 50%, yes, that prices once again will go higher than where it is now. Do you know why that happens? Is because when we talk about available goods in our society and the money that want to buy the goods, if the number of money, quantity of money increases and the number of goods does not increase, the meaning is that the price of those goods will go up. For another new set of increase in price not to come up, the interpretation is that, hey, the government needs to be careful about increase in the salary. What the government should rather go and do is to work on the economy. This increase in prices, yes, is what the government needs to go and work upon. Put all the machineries of government into action to work on it and ensure that prices are stabilized. People should not go to market today, buy a loaf of bread for 1,000. The same loaf of bread by tomorrow now costs 1,200. Hey! That is the challenge that we have. So from the production side, the government should work more on production side, giving more money to workers who are not, working more, who are not producing extra effort, extra service. Is like creating another round of inflation. Of course, some workers may not like that analysis, but then that is the truth, because by the time they also get the increase, yes, prices of goods and services will also go up, and nobody can eat money. Everybody just think that if I have more money, I'll be better. Now, as we speak, having more money but buying less item, how does it benefit us? So before we go this morning, we're using this medium to call on the federal government and state government and local government, work on production side of the economy. Yes, let's find a way to produce more food, more clothing, more electronics. Let's encourage entrepreneurs, yes, to produce. Let's give them the support. Let's help them. Let's assist them. Let's encourage them. Let's, give them the enabling environment. That's what is going to save this country. The thing that Nigeria would rather go and import, let's make sure we produce them here. And let's stop spending and wasting our money abroad. Why should our leaders go out of the country for medical checkup? Do your medical checkup here in Nigeria. If Nigerian hospital is not good enough for our leader, then it means the leaders are not good enough to be our leader. That is the meaning. If any other person will go out for medical checkup, it should rather be the Nigerian, not the leaders. They are the one responsible for the state of the hospitals. If our hospitals are not good enough for our leaders, then those leaders are not good enough for Nigeria. All right, we appreciate you so much this morning for being part of the program. Thank you for being there. This is Eco Point Town Success Radio in the city of Ibadan. We call it quits today, and we meet again by next week, Thursday, 11 a.m. in the morning. Wow, the time says stop. Thank you so much for being there. See you again next week. My name is Kolawole Kayode. The number you can call me on is 090-2317-5984. I call it again, 090-2317-5984. Thank you so much for being there. See you again next week.
Òun sẹ́lẹ̀lẹ̀, ó milẹ̀ tìtì.
Success Radio Ìbàdàn.